I'd like to call the Village Council Work Session meeting on June 26, 2025 to order. I see it's 9:01 a.m. and I'd like to call it to order. Let's see here. We have a couple people that are participating remote, and I'd like to, if we can get a motion to allow them to participate remotely.
Like to make a motion for council members.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So just for the record,
Aye.
Mayor Polino and Mayor Pro Tem Vandenberg are on Zoom today. You guys do need, since Kim and Joe are on Zoom, you need a motion to designate Councilman Lyon as presiding officer for the day.
So moved.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, guys, thank you. Sorry about the delay and problems.
No worries. Let's see, we have adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, we have two changes, if I can get a hold of the paper here. Okay. So under consent agenda, we want to add number 4, consider adoption of ordinance amending the general fund budget for fiscal year end. And number 5, information only, May 2025 Treasurer's Report.
Okay, those are all the changes. Get a motion to accept the changes to the agenda. All's in favor?
Aye.
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 Next is adoption of the previous minutes. Is everyone okay with the previous minutes? Any changes to the previous minutes? If not,
I have no changes.
okay. I get a motion to accept the previous minutes, adoption of the previous minutes.
So moved.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Next, feedback from the previous public comment period. Does anyone have feedback from the previous comment period?
I do not.
Okay. Next, we have presentations, and there's no presentation scheduled at this time, so we'll move on to reports and updates. Next on the list is manager's report.
I don't have anything to report, sir.
Okay. Next is clerk and communications.
You got to me so fast today. First up is you've got your communications list for July. Pretty standard stuff. We'll be starting promotions for National Night Out. We doing the Park Passport program again this year with Union County Parks and Rec. I'm just waiting on that information from Tyler. We'll start our community survey promos at some point this month. You'll have some promotions for the beginning and closing of the candidate filing period for the 2025 municipal elections. In a couple days, it'll also be the end of our 30th year of incorporation here, so we'll do a post to commemorate that. We still have a lot of those Christmas ornaments that we had made last year for our anniversary, so we'll probably do some sort of Christmas in July post, just to, if anybody wants one that didn't get one, they can come by Village Hall and pick one up for free.
That'd be great.
Other than that, it's pretty standard stuff. The PRG board meeting next on July 8th was canceled, so we'll do a reminder for that. Then just normal meetings and coffee with council posts. If you guys have anything else you'd like to see, just let me know.
Any questions for Austin? Okay,
So
thank you, Austin.
So the second thing on my list is Facebook events. For the Marvin Carr show that we just had a few weeks ago, we did have a few residents reach out requesting us to make that a formal Facebook event so they could share it easier and try to get more interest. We did at a staff level try to do that, but we found out that we were not able to adhere to our comment policy through social media, so we are just not able to do Facebook events with how that policy is written. If you would like us to be able to do that in the future, we would need to come back and do an amendment to that policy. The only other thing I have is the candidate questionnaire for the 2025 municipal elections is ready to go. So once the filing period opens on July 7th, as candidates register, I'll be reaching out to them through the information provided to the Board of Elections, just letting them know that this questionnaire exists, and I'll give them the information they need to access it and to make a submission. And that period for the questionnaire will close about 2 weeks after the candidate filing period closes.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all for me.
Any questions for Austin? Okay, next is planners report.
Good morning, council. I don't really have anything to report, just reminder, if you had any feedback on that RFQ scope, let me know, because if not, like I said, we're posting that next week, contingent upon manager and attorney review. But just wanted to make sure if you had a chance to review it, if there's any questions, comments you have, please let me know. If not, then it will get out and we'll get that process started at the beginning of the new year. Other than that, that's all I got, unless you guys have any questions.
Anything for Hunter? Thank you, Hunter. Parks and Rec.
All right, last Saturday, had the car show out at Eford Park. It's the first one we had kind of ever tried, and it went very well. We partnered up with First Class Cars. They brought some really cool rides down. We had about 100 cars show up, people bringing vintage cars. We had a big group of guys in like Lamborghinis and Ferraris come, so that was cool to have exotics there too. Really good turnout from the public too, just coming out to walk around and see. We had really good vendors, coffee vendor, breakfast food truck. Someone was there making custom hats and stuff like that. So it was a really good, fun morning. Definitely be on the lookout to do that again, maybe even towards the end of this year in cooler weather. But it was definitely a hit. So moving forward in July, partnered up.
Tyler.
Hello.
Hello, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got a quick question. Is how many cars, like, did they bring or were there?
We ended up
Could we still park in the park?
could say that could you still park?
In the park? Like, did we have enough parking spaces?
Oh yeah. We actually utilized the lawn area across from the barn for a lot of the cars, just to keep everything kind of tight. We put a lot of like the show cars over there and in front of the barn and at the top parking lot.
Okay, I'm
and-
just wondering, like, can we add that to Marvin Day since it was such a big success?
I don't know if it could happen. It could happen there. It would probably just have to happen like before stuff got there. It kind of saved us room because the cars were the attraction, like
Got
the
it.
park.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because the lawn, nothing else was in use.
I gotcha. Can we put that on our Marvin Day agenda to talk about and see if we can, like, maybe figure out how to maybe add that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if y'all remember, that was a part of our very first Marvin Day.
Yeah, that was a big draw, for
A
sure.
huge draw. A lot of people came. That was a big event, but that was somebody else outside of our organization that organized the car show itself.
Yep.
But it was huge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And then in July, like Austin said, we're doing our park passport program with Union County Parks and Rec. So you'll be able to stop by Eford Park and attached to the backside of the barn, we'll have our passports for pickup. We'll have our hole punch, so you get our stamp from here. You can go around and visit several parks around Union County, visit all of them, get the stamp, and then you turn it in at Union County Parks and Rec and enter for a prize at the end of July. So it's really fun, really good way to get out and about, see some parks in Union County you may not have seen yet. So that'll start July 1st. After July, August 5th will be National Night Out. It's from 5:30 to 8:30. First Tuesday of the month. We'll have law enforcement, EMS, fire trucks, free food. We'll be grilling some hot dogs, have some bouncy houses, some ice cream. It's a really good event to come out, meet your local law enforcement officers, first responders, kind of get up close and personal with some cool equipment, fire trucks, SWAT trucks, stuff like that. So any of the families listening, come out that evening for some food and lots of fun. That's about all I got. Any questions?
Tyler, do we have any more info, or I just missed it, about anything with Union County and the Cane Creek Marvin Park Day that we did last year? Has there, are we doing that again this year? Because it would seem we'd hear
It's-
about it at this point.
We are in conversations with, nothing's locked in yet, so I don't want to say anything
Okay.
about any dates, but I am in contact with their programmer over there, trying to hopefully get something, if we get something to be into July, beginning of August. They had some staff rollover, so
Okay.
the way they kind of do their stuff, they had like 2 leads, and one of the leads is gone now, and they do open day programs like every day. So it's kind of hard to schedule the field trips, if that makes any sense. But hopefully, because that's a big hit. People like that, so.
Tyler,
Yes.
just confirming, National Night Out, August 5th?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Any other questions for Tyler? Okay, next up is Coffee with Council debrief. Who had coffee with council this?
That would have been myself and Bob. We had actually 4 people come in, and 2 of the ladies that were here, that are here this morning were there. They came in to discuss the Ray Road project, their concerns and their input. And then Jill Janes and Lori and Louis Couto were also here. We had a pretty good discussion for, it was a little over an hour, and it was good dialogue back and forth, and we discussed several different topics, but mainly was the Ray Road project.
Okay. Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
All right, I think we got a coffee with council coming up later this month, right? Or is it first next month?
Your next date isn't until the morning of July 10th.
And
We pushed that off a week because of the 4th.
okay. All right. Anything else?
Was that all that was discussed? The coffee with council?
Pretty much. There were some discussions about some changes to the zoning in the Heritage District. Some comments were made about that, but that was pretty much the majority of the discussion.
Okay. Okay.
Austin?
Yes.
Yeah, and who do we show for Coffee with Council on July 10th, you said?
You guys haven't done that yet. We're going to have that discussion later in this meeting, pretty soon. We haven't signed, you
Okay.
guys haven't signed up for those
Thank
yet.
you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, next up is the consent agenda. Are any changes to the consent agenda? Okay, so I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, consent agenda passes. Next up is unfinished business. Discussion of dates for upcoming Coffee with Council. How about that?
Yep, here's where we sign up. So first up is Thursday, July 10th from 10 to 11 a.m. Wayne,
Is that a morning or
that's a morning.
morning? I'll do that one.
Okay. And just so you know, Councilman Mark Elise has already signed up. I got with him since he was going to be out today. I touched base with him last week, so he's already signed up for 2 dates. The next is Tuesday, July 29th. That's in the evening.
I can do that one.
Andy. And
I can do that one as well.
Joe. Okay. Next up is Thursday, August 7th. That's in the morning. John.
I'll take the other side of it.
And Wayne. Okay.
You said that was
That's Thursday, August 7th. That's at 10 a.m. The next one is Tuesday, August 26th. That's in the evening. Bob has signed up for this one, but I need one more.
I'll be out of town, so.
What date is that?
Tuesday, August 26th at 6 p.m.
I'll do that one.
John, okay. Next up is Thursday, September 4th. That's in the morning.
I'll do that one.
Jamie,
I can do that as well.
Joe, okay. Last is Tuesday, September 23rd. That's in the evening. Bob has signed up for this one, but I need one more person.
I can do that one.
Andy. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I need. You guys will get calendar invites from
In
me.
Austin. Just as a heads up, if somebody has, most of those dates look good for me, so if anyone has an issue, I probably could fill in, so just put me on the side if we have some issues with that.
Sounds good. Thank you. You guys will get calendar invites from me for these in the coming week, so you'll have them in your calendars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is new business. First here is consider call for public hearing to consider an ordinance to rezone the 3.022 acres at 10018 Marvin School Road. Let's see.
So this is,
From rural residential to Marvin Heritage District commercial only, and to approve the development agreement.
So moved.
Any questions? All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next up is consider call for public hearing to consider an ordinance to rezone the 28.11 acres at 9802 Ray Road parcel 06198002A from Union County B2 PUD 6-B2 to Marvin Mixed Use 2CZ MU-2-CZ, and to approve the development agreement.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next up is open topics. Anyone have any open topics?
I do have one.
Imagine that.
Ooh,
Easy.
with the snarky comments, I got to share.
Ow.
My microphone was not on.
I had two feelings when I woke up this morning. You just hurt one of them. No, real quick, I just want to let you guys know, and Hunter is involved in this because I put him on the text chain. James Carr is reached out to me. He's a council member for Monroe, but he's also a landowner on Joe Carr Road, and they were having some issues with water. He sent me a text here. I was trying to look it up as we were talking, but I just wanted to let you guys know. He's invited me over there to see what's going on and see who's managing that. And I obviously told him that I'd probably want to bring someone, so I invited Hunter. I don't know if any other councilman wants to go out there. We're trying to meet Tuesday the 1st. I want to say that is in the evening. I've suggested a 4 o'clock time just to mindful of Hunter's time frames to try to get it as early in the evening. But I think he and another family member wants to discuss. What would you say that was when I reached out to you, Hunter? The water, something about waterways and.
He stepped out of the room.
Oh, he did. Okay. Well, I think they're concerned of the, I don't know if it has to do with the neighboring, or what's going on with the flow with the river that comes across Joe Carr Road, and who's responsible for keeping that clear, I guess. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to make you all aware that I would be I'm trying to meet with him Tuesday night. Andy, you usually are someone pretty good to go with on something like that to look, but I didn't know if you were available or not.
What's the address, Joe?
It's at their farm, right there, where Jones Homes put in their most recent development.
Andy's busy next week.
My boss is kind of a slave driver, so it's going to be hard for me to
Yeah,
get out of
I
there.
know who you- I think I know who your boss is. All right. Well, just, I know I'm trying to get Hunter involved, but I just thought I'd reach out to the rest of you guys and let you know that that's what we're intending
Yeah.
to do.
Joe, let me check my calendar. I might be able to be there. You said 4 PM on Tuesday, the 1st?
Right now, I reached back out to him just because I wanted to include someone from staff. And I reached out to Hunter. He said he was available. So, but yeah, he said, we're concerned about the enforcement of keeping the waterways clear and who's responsible for this oversight. The homeowners association for the neighborhood, or does the Village of Marvin oversee the waterways? Or is it something related to the county? It may be the state. I don't know. I don't know what issues they're having, but I'm assuming it's with that waterway that typically crosses Jokar Road when we have bad rains, which I heard we had one 2 nights ago or last night.
last night.
Yeah, last night was a little crazy.
But that's all I had.
Okay. Any other open topics? Okay. Austin, review of action items?
All right, so we will get those agreements executed with, that were on the consent agenda with the Union County for the Union County Senior Nutrition Program, as well as the scope of work with Central Atlanta Regional Council for the 2025 Community Survey. So that project will be kicking off with them. Other than that, you'll get calendar invites from me for coffee with council. And you guys still owe Hunter feedback for the comprehensive plan RFQ. That's all I got.
Okey-dokey. Next up is review of Mayor Pro Tem list. Mayor,
We'll do it on the 8th.
okay. All right, next up is council comments. We'll just go around the horn here. John, what you got?
I'm good, thank you.
I have no comments
Andy?
today.
Wayne?
I just want to thank Austin for returning to us. I know he had too good of a time up in New York City, so I'm glad to see you back.
I always enjoy my vacations, but glad to be back.
Councilwoman Vandenberg?
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
Mayor Joe?
Just quick, thank you, Jamie, for stepping in for us for this meeting, and also glad to hear that we had a successful, I guess, car show. Sorry I was not able to make that, but glad that turned off well, and looking forward for the next one. I think the fall is a better time, especially with the weather, so I'm all for that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Two real quick things. I had the opportunity to go spend some time with my parents recently, and it was very hot. And I literally had to tell my dad, stop and drink water. It is very hot. We've got some very high temperatures that are going up. If you're around someone, please tell them to hydrate. I mean, that's the biggest thing to prevent someone from, overheating. But just a reminder on that. And the next thing is, again, thank the participants that coming out this morning. And we got some great participants too in the audience. And but coffee with council is very important. And I think you'll find that people that do show up to coffee with council, we have a very good dialogue. I'm not saying we're going to guarantee success of whatever is talked about, but it's a dialogue, because that's where information can be shared, facts can be found out. Again, only having 80% of truth or facts is not a place where you should make a decision. We should have 100% of the facts, 100% of the dialogue that goes along with, because I hear people say, vote no for something or vote yes for something. I immediately go to, if something is voted no, please take the time to think about and inquire about what that, there's a response or there's a action still that happens when you vote no. And so Coffee with Council is very important, and it's a way to share and dialogue. And I just hope and just open that up, that people come and take advantage of Coffee with Council. So that's all I have there. Are we going into a closed session?
No, we don't have
Okay,
one
no
scheduled.
closed session. I show it's 9:27 a.m., and I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Record time.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. It would be if you just say aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Jamie. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Andy, I need to talk to you.